Conseil. Situated on Treaty 4 and Treaty 6 territories in the homeland of the Métis people, Sask Polytech is committed to the renewal and reciprocity of relationships, miho wakotuin, with our Indigenous communities. For Sask Polytech, this means we must integrate Indigenous ways of knowing, being, teaching, and learning into everything that we do. The 2022 honor ceremony honoring our spirit is another example of how we're doing that. Each one of you has pursued your academic endeavors and overcome a lot of barriers and hardships to do so. And for that, we honor you. I'm Derek Yee. I'm the Indigenous Student Center Coordinator for Asitoskateak here in Saskatoon.
Tanse Anita Cameron Omania, Program Head, Indigenous Student Center Coordinator, Prince Albert Campus. I'd like to acknowledge the dedication and hard work of all our Indigenous students who enrolled this year in all our campuses. On behalf of Prince Albert Campus Indigenous Strategy staff, your spirit shines just as bright as your future. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Marlene Dormith from the Moose Jaw Campus Indigenous Student Center, Pihitugwe Keheu Witchison. We honor your spirit and welcome.
Tanshe Brandy Cole Dishnikashun. Hi, my name is Brandy Cole. I'm the Indigenous Student Center Coordinator for Bushik Madegan, Bushik Dwaegan Student Center here on Regina Campus. Neo Nukshuktuk, welcome to the Indigenous Students 2022 Honor Ceremony.
Danse Tatatawao Natsigasan Diane Keswadam. Want to acknowledge our creator for today. Notawinan Kishimantu. We ask in a good, humble way that our ancestors watch over us and our families as we sometimes our journeys through life are difficult, and in prayer we learn all those teachings of being humble, being patient. And when we succeed, we look back and to never give up, to keep on going, to honor in prayer for things that we're grateful for Mother Earth, for the medicines and the teachings that each and every one of us live through, live by those teachings that take us a long, long way. Sometimes in life, it's to be reminded of those teachings. Doesn't matter who we are, we all have prayer within us, and that's where we ask for help. Everybody needs prayer in order to get through life. We cannot get anywhere with prayer. It's when we travel, even when we travel, to take our prayers with us, to always have that within us in order to succeed, to identify who we are as people. And pray for our future generation that it's going to get easier for them as people. We walk through, for instance, our history, and keep on praying that we get better. We're gonna benefit through education now, because and everybody has that right for education. So keep on going, be prayer in any ceremony, to be included in our learning or in our work, include that in everyday living, because the Creator gave us this life, and it's Pamatsawin that we we benefit from everything, from all that good. Hi, nanaskamon.
Elders, distinguished guests, graduates, family and friends. Hello, Tanse, Atlanite. I'm grateful to Saskatchewan Polytechnic for inviting me to participate in this virtual honor ceremony. Wherever you're joining from, I warmly welcome you. I'm filming this message at Government House in Regina, which is in Treaty 4 territory and home of the Métis. I want to thank Saskatchewan Polytech for celebrating diversity and for striving to be welcoming and inclusive of everyone. I am very pleased to have this opportunity to commend Indigenous students on your success. It takes courage to pursue post-secondary education, and I congratulate each of you for persevering through your fears and challenges. This is a huge accomplishment. You have made your family and your community proud, and you can take great pride in your achievements. As you plan for the future, where that includes pursuing career opportunities or further education, I hope that you will also consider how you can give back to your community. I believe that we create the communities we want to live in through our own contributions. You are equipped to be leaders, and your community needs you. As you celebrate your success at Saskatchewan Polytechnic, we should acknowledge your teachers who have guided and inspired you. Educators play important roles in our lives, and they deserve tremendous credit for their commitment and caring. Today, we must also acknowledge your family and friends who have loved and supported you throughout this journey. My wife, Donna, and I wish you the very best as you celebrate your graduation and pursue your goals for the future. In closing, it is my pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of Canada. I would also like to share these greetings in my first language, which is Woodland Cree. Nimedwidhitin, kitapitamattawa tamiskatwin, kichugamaskooche, Elizabeth Niso, kigichugamaskino, utagitaskino, Canada. Ninanaskoman.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to bring greetings today on behalf of Sask and the Government of Saskatchewan. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge that in Saskatchewan, we are on the traditional territories of First Nations and Métis peoples. As we gather virtually and in person across Saskatchewan, we recognize the histories, culture, and contributions of local First Nations people. We acknowledge the historical treaties and the relationships built from them. It is truly an honor for SaskTel to be the title sponsor of this event as we recognize Indigenous students for their inspiring achievements. SaskTel understands that today's youth will undoubtedly serve as our province's leaders, and we are proud to support Saskatchewan Polytechnic and its students as they work to achieve their academic goals. All the students who are being recognized today have done a fantastic job representing our province and this school. You should all be very proud of your achievements. I would also like to thank the staff and volunteers at Saskatchewan Polytechnic for all the hard work they put into organizing this event and for celebrating Indigenous students' successes in a way that each one of them deserves. Thank you, everyone, and good luck in all your future endeavors.
Ha, apetu washte, tue iohana, achiapi, tatankaskawi, amakia peye, wapahaska oyate tahawahi. Good day. My name is Ali Bear, and I'm the third Vice Chief of the Federation of Sovereign Indigenous Nations. And I'm here to bring greetings on behalf of the FSIN and the 74 nations. Today we're honoring you as students and the hard work that you do. And that hard work does not go unnoticed. I know sometimes it might feel like that, because I just went through school. I went through university, and I understand how it feels to feel alone sometimes in our classes, to feel like you can't get through some of these papers, to feel like there's so much weighing on your shoulders, and the pressure sometimes can be unbearable. But that's the importance of community, and that's why I started school out in UBC, and I came back home to Saskatchewan because this is where my family is. This is where my community is. As a Dakota Winyan and an Anishinaabe, this is where I'm from. I'm a people of the plains, and I'm very proud of who I am. And finding my identity is what kept me rooted and what kept me strong while I was going through post-secondary, while I went through undergrad and I gave birth to my 2 daughters who are now 8 and 6 years old. I kept going. You know, I had many people doubt me. I had many people tell me along the way that I could not make it to law school. They told me that a single mom of 2 children, First Nations woman, they told me to try something else. But you know what? I wanted to prove them wrong. And sometimes that's what we need to do. We need to focus our energy and channel our energy into different things, such as our work. And that's what I did. I put my energy into my schoolwork, and I was successful. I was able to graduate from law school, the class of 2020, during the pandemic. So I understand too that COVID has not been easy on us. This pandemic has not been easy on us. And I wish I was standing here in front of you in person. But this is the way things are for now. And you know, and I want to let you know that you're gonna make it through, that you're gonna be okay, and that we're here today because of those little ones, because of our children, because of those who are not born yet. And we're also here because of the ones who have come before us. Because the ones who have came before us have suffered, have endured, have been warriors, have been experienced firsthand genocide and what has happened to our people with colonialism in residential schools, and they've survived for us to be here. And so we owe it to them to keep moving forward, to work hard, and we owe it to the future generations because that's our responsibility. That is what Indigenous laws mean. We need to exercise our treaty rights because the treaty right to education is something that will carry us forward and carry our children forward. And that's something that I wanted to make sure that I was able to exercise my treaty right to education. And that's why I went for it. And I went to university and I went to post-secondary and I thought I would write the law school admission test, the LSAT. And I was able to achieve that. And I'm very, very proud of that. That's something that you earn. Your education is something that nobody can take away from you. And at the end of the day, it feels really good when you submit that paper. It feels really good when you show up to class. And you know, you're not going to always get along with your teachers and professors, but that's life. You're not going to always get along with your bosses or, you know, everybody in the workplace. And that's just the world that we live in. But we need to make sure that we're doing what we got to do for us, doing what's best for us, because we're the ones that are taking care of the future generations, the little ones that are coming up. And we need to show them a good way forward. And that's who we are. As Indigenous peoples, as First Nations peoples, it's in our blood. We've been here since time immemorial. And we are nation building because of our traditional governance systems have been dismantled due to colonialism, due to racist policies, and due to this ongoing systemic discrimination. So, you know, it's important to reach out to friends and family to make sure that you know who your people are, who is really in your corner, and creating boundaries from people who might bring you down. Because right now you're focused. You know, you put in a few years of dedication and that could change your whole life. And so, you know, I know the work isn't easy every day. And I know you're probably going through a lot of things at home. But know that we're here, we care, we support you, and you know, and it's all love and respect because we're moving forward and we're rising together. And with that, I just want to let you know that, you know, things might not always be easy, but at the end of the day, we're going to come back, we're going to come together, we're going to take back everything that they said that we could not have, and that's exactly what we're doing today. So, you know, I honor you, I give thanks for you, for your life, and for the work that you're doing. And, you know, with that, I wish you all the best in your life, in your journey, in your education journey, and I hope that it takes you far. Padamaye, Masicho, Magwech, hi hi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sask Polytech Indigenous Honor Ceremony. Mi osnos kawisan mi tay mi hitago. Mtenegwes Sask Polytech kwes etoski wak tam kwimi upita ko young people gitse in education. I congratulate all graduates. Our Metis Nation government is growing and creating opportunities. I compliment the Metis Local 160 in their partnership with Sask Polytech. Mi osne wa mawichiwaganitun tapmutat sagati, katawatawi sa tuskia, tawichioganim to akaste. These relationships are very important, practicing cross-cultural understanding and relationship building. Igo kimia siga sko ka mamawiatia tawitatuskim to akaste. I waka timi upitino Saskatchewan, Canada ste. I sino ag tawitatuskim to tsik iwasitan stuhta to. Our Metis Nation government will continue to work hard to increase post-secondary opportunity. At supo nga kamatuskanan ko yes, Metis students kitse, we still post-secondary tagwipihtiwichik. There is continued support for students to be sponsored by M&S in our university's sponsorship program. Glad Sask Polytech is involved with our young Metis citizens and offers continued Metis programming. Akami mok pala Sask Polytech to ichiaganimia, igwasi Metis programs at siga kam atuskatami ta suksihtae. Congratulations to all 2022 students, graduates. May your future be bright in whatever you choose to do. Thank you very much.
Tuauhauanin Tanshi Atlantate. I respectfully acknowledge that Saskatchewan Polytechnic campuses are located on Treaty 4 and Treaty 6 territories, which are the ancestral lands of the Cree, the Saulteaux, Dene Dakota, Lakota, Nakota peoples, and the traditional homeland of the Métis. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to bring greetings and to be part of your celebration today. You know, 3 or 4 years ago, I read a book. It was by Joseph Anoon titled Robot Proof: Higher Education in the Age of AI. And one of the quotes that really resonated with me was this: by immersing faculty, staff, and students in diversity and celebrating its lessons, we enrich their minds, we broaden their thinking, and we build their valuable human literacy. You, each one of you, has helped to enhance the diversity of our Saskatchewan Polytechnic community. And this is such a positive thing because it enables us, all of us, to better appreciate the varying understandings and values that people of different cultures bring to an issue or a situation. Whether you're just finishing your semester, your first year, or you're preparing to graduate, now is a perfect time to envision the impact you can have on the future, your communities, and the world around you. Because you do have an impact. Each of you has certain gifts and unique talents which, combined with your skills that you've learned here, will take you to levels you can only imagine. To those about to graduate, congratulations. Congratulations on reaching this important milestone. Just think, after all the hard work and all the questions you may have had along the way, you are reaching the finish line. While your formal education here is nearing its end, learning is a lifelong journey. For this reason, I encourage you to maintain the connections that you've made here, not only with friends, but also with faculty. We can be a tremendous resource in the years to come. To all the students gathered here today, we honor you. My colleagues and I are very proud of your achievements and honor your spirit of resiliency and tenacity. Kiniskumatin, hi, thank you.
Tawauhau Tanshi Atlantate. For those who may not know me, I'm Dr. Haas Malik, Provost and Vice President Academic at Saskatchewan Polytechnic. I am pleased to bring greetings to you today. Before I begin, I want to formally acknowledge that Saskatchewan Polytechnic is located on Treaty 4 and Treaty 6 territories, which are the ancestral lands of the Cree, Saulteaux, Dene, Dakota, Lakota, and Nakota peoples, and the traditional homeland of the Métis. I also want to make note of our ongoing commitment to Mio-Wakotawin and to the important work of reconciliation that is currently underway throughout the institution. I know this work is a part of a painful journey for many, but one that my colleagues and I are steadfastly dedicated to. Integrating Indigenous ways of being, knowing, teaching, and learning into everything that we do is an important component of this process, and it takes many forms. For example, incorporating new artwork by Dakota artists Chantel Yuzi Kapi from Standing Buffalo First Nation as part of our visual identity is one way to celebrate history and culture. Celebrating notable achievements is important as well, which is why I'm particularly happy to have this invitation to be a part of today's honor ceremony. Honor ceremonies have a long history at our institution, stretching all the way back to 1990. Although I'm delivering this message to you via video, know that I am with you in spirit, supporting you as you prepare to graduate. Even with all the uncertainty, disruption, and obstacles brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, you are marking an important achievement. For that, there is much cause for celebration. I cannot tell you how proud I am, as your families and friends and loved ones are, of the hard work and the long hours that got you to this point. Yours has been a journey of perseverance. On behalf of my faculty colleagues, congratulations to each and every one of you. I wish you much success throughout your future.
Kansei, Niwago Maganak, Diana Spidel, Nisigasu. Hi, my name is Diana Spidel, and I am the Director of Indigenous Strategy. The purpose of today is to recognize Indigenous student achievement and these students who have shown outstanding abilities that foster excellence and dedication, and your achievement for this year, 2022. You've developed confidence, creativity, critical thinking, compassion, and a host of other leadership skills that will serve you well into your education and beyond. Your hard work and dedication, a Cree word, akamemo, meaning to stay strong, never give up, and stay the course. I'd sincerely like to thank the staff, faculty, management, and the sponsors of this year's event, especially the Indigenous Strategy team. Please enjoy the day, whether you are in person or watching online with your family and friends. I'd like to give a special thanks to the Indigenous Student Center coordinators, Marlene Dormuth, Moose Jaw Campus, Brandy Cole, Regina Campus, Derek Yee, Saskatoon Campus, and Anita Cameron, the program head based out of Prince Albert Campus. Kinanaskomtin, enjoy your day. Congratulations.
Tansi, welcome. Thanks you guys for coming, and this is the virtual part of our 2021-2022 honor ceremony for our Indigenous students here with Sask Polytech. I'm Derek Yee, and I work at Asitaskatayak, which is the Indigenous Student Center located here in Saskatoon. This next part is our entertainment portion. We've got with us somebody who we've worked with before, but I'm really excited to see them because I'm working with them here in a collective. This is the Capel Valley Square Dance Group. So we have Timothy, of course, Courtney, Brennan, Jocelyn, Modeste, and Ashla. And they're going to do a couple of dances for us in honor of all of your guys' success. So sit back and watch and be in awe at somebody who can move a lot better than I can. All right, you guys, I'm going to exit center stage and let you guys take. Well, that was amazing. I mean, to be honest with you, I've seen you dance. I've seen you dance with your daughter, and I've seen a collective dance on TV. But when you're watching that live, it's so incredible. Like, each of you guys comes out and dances better. I just have a trip coming up the stairs back up on here, and I'm watching each of you guys do an intricate dance number, and it's like, you can tell that there's a tradition to all of this dance, but that each person has their own kind of style and the way that they're doing it. And what did you say about that after?
What you're seeing today is each person's uniqueness and their style of dancing. Also, too, it brings out their personality, and where that comes from is from the community that each dancer grew up in, and growing up with the traditions, the culture, and their heritages, and with their ancestors or their grandparents, teaching them and taking them traveling all over to all these different fiddle dances. And then, growing up as little kids, they grew up to that, and that's where they found their own unique style. It does take a lot into dancing and preparing the practices, preparing routines, coming up with new routines. We do have the choreographer here today as well. We all try to share these ideas, bring them together, and be able to piece each dance as a uniqueness. And some come from dreams, some come visions, and it's up to us to make it a reality to share with everybody, just like we're doing today.
And I can't even think of a better segue to say that, because we are here and we're celebrating and honoring all of the barriers that people have overcome. Just to even get into post-secondary, being a self-identified Indigenous person, a Métis person, it's awesome. And then to watch and see that you are a sibling group, yes? And I was joking that, man, you guys travel all the way down here, you dance together. Me and my sister can't even make a sandwich together without fighting. And I'm suspecting that you're the choreographer, or who's the choreographer? Ash is the choreographer, by God. Well, look at this. I'm really, really amazed. I think there's something to be said about the idea of us keeping different parts of our community together, and then also celebrating our traditions as a whole, working together and keeping this. It's just an absolutely beautiful expression of what we're trying to celebrate here today. So without further ado, I might let you guys get into the next song, and I will slither off the stage here, but I wish you the best. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us again. This next one is going to be Big John McNeil. And again, I'm going to introduce the dancers quickly. So our first couple and our lead dancer would be Ashla Michelle, Modeste McKenzie. And then we have Jocelyn Linklater, we have Brennan Linklater, and Timothy Linklater. Those are our three siblings. But what's unique too, that this group, we created a family bond. I always joke around and tell them that, they're just like my own kids, because I am the oldest out of all of them. And they call me ancient. But hey, it's okay, because you know what? It's great to see that the dancers are coming together to be able to perform and share their love and their passion and their talents with everyone across the world, whether it be virtual, whether it be public performances. I watched each and every single dancers since they were little kids, and just to see them now, they make me very proud of who they are, and very, very humble to be able to have them a part of such a wonderful team. We love what we do. We all travel throughout the provinces of Saskatchewan and Alberta, putting on jigging workshops. Ashla and Modeste travel as far as to Wollaston Lake to teach the youth how to jig. And the mental health benefits behind dancing and jigging, square dancing, that brings contentment, that brings enjoyment, laughter, and sometimes, we dance on sad days, but that also uplifts the spirits of others who are hurting. And, we always have to be thankful and grateful that we are here today to breathe another life of air and to use our legs to be able to pass on those traditions to our younger ones. And our younger ones are going to be the ones to carry on those traditions. So I hope you guys enjoy our last routine. Again, we will be dancing to Big John McNeil.
Tense, Shannon Sidigasan, Hello, my name is Shannon Custer. I am from Pelican Arrows. I am a second-year student enrolled in the Correctional Studies program at the Prince Albert campus. I started my classes at the beginning of the pandemic, where everything was done through Zooms, online classes, assignments, and tests, which was difficult for me because I'm used to talking to people and learning in person. But with the help and the support of the instructors at Sask Polytech, the Indigenous Center staff, I continued and persevered through this challenge we are all facing. And now here I am today, nearly finished my course. I just have my last little stretch of classes, which is my practicum. I began my studies during the start of the pandemic, and moving away from my home community during this time was especially difficult because nobody was allowed to leave or come back into the community. So I couldn't go home whenever I felt like seeing my baby nephews. There were many times where I felt like giving up and moving back home, which made it difficult for me but we were eventually allowed to return to campus. There I met the SPSA staff and I took part in activities which included paint nights, crafts, so on and so forth. And then I was recommended to apply for a campus representative position at the Sask Polytech Student Association, SPSA. And I was successful and selected as the Indigenous Student Campus Representative for the Prince Albert campus. There were many times where I felt like giving up and moving back home. But thankfully, I have the support of my husband, my fellow classmates, and the Indigenous Center staff like Anita, Stan, Tracy, and Kirsten, and all the instructors who have been more than willing to help me. So in conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude to this Indigenous Center staff, the Sask Polytech instructors, my classmates, my husband Lee, my family, for their continued support. Niwinanas kumun nanuts kapigi sigaga pisitus kawitsik. Niwagumaganak niwigamagan. Hagogs kinamagiwak. Saguts nigaskitan. Kagisitan umagimatsitan. Agogis magan siwian. Tinigi.
The Indigenous Honor Ceremony is a celebration of Indigenous success this past year. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the parents, grandparents, family members, significant others, friends of graduates, and the sponsors. We are grateful for the support that will help us press forward at Saskatchewan Polytechnic and our future endeavors. This past year has had many experiences that have helped to shape us into more caring and compassionate people. When our college courses shifted to virtual learning, we had to adapt to a new style of learning, one that was both unfamiliar to the students and the staff. This new style of learning came with technical and social challenges. We became more proficient in online learning through help from the staff and a determination to succeed in our chosen programs. In the initial stages of online learning, we learned to be patient and compassionate with our instructors as they adapted our courses to this virtual environment. It was through this shared goal that we became more understanding of other people's challenges that may not affect us. Understanding other people's challenges helped to build relationships with classmates and instructors that will last a lifetime. This skill we have learned may be one of the most important lessons taught during our college experience. We will continue to utilize this skill to develop our personal and professional lives. I am personally thankful for the help I have received from classmates and instructors that have gotten me to this point. I know I wouldn't be here without them. A personal challenge for me has always been math. In my fourth semester of instrumentation, I was enrolled in a math course that had been talked about by past students as the hardest thing that we would ever have to take. I felt like there was no way that I was going to be able to complete this course. Thankfully, as I learned through my college journey, we don't have to complete this journey alone. Classmates were willing to work with me long after class hours to fully grasp the concepts, and Mike DeCorby, my math instructor, made sure that each student understood the lessons and concepts and spent extra time out of class to make sure that we fully grasped the concepts. Overcoming this challenge with the help of many gave me a feeling of belonging and a determination to help others as I was helped. I hope that we all leave here today and find that determination to help others. We can look back on the challenges we have faced with pride, knowing that we have accomplished so much already. We found the courage to set new goals that pushed us out of our comfort zone and learn from our mistakes along the way to achieving those goals. We must be determined to not allow any obstacles to stop our progress. As some of you are finishing your college journey, others will just be starting this journey, but the key to success remains the same. Continue to set those goals that make you dig deeper. Be patient in the process and believe in yourself that you are capable of success. I wish you all luck in completing your courses here at Sask Polytech and wherever life will lead you next. Thank you.
Hi, hi.